Since I was a kid, the Kirby game series has been my favourite thing to play. It was always so entertaining to watch Kirby fly up, looking like a pink puffball, swallowing enemies, and becoming certain abilities, and defeating bosses. But especially, I love the storyline. Each game, it always went with the one that came out right before that. Like Kirby's Dream Land 1, 2 and 3, but this game I found was the most unusual Kirby game I have ever played. At the time, I was still 10. I missed the entertainment of the Kirby series, and always have something to do when I'm bored, so I begged my mother for an old kind of Kirby-related game. She sighed and growled, "Boy!" and went on a website to buy it. She said it will be here in a week, so I waited, bored for the old dated game. Finally the package came in, my mother gave it to me, and I gripped the small box happily in my hands. I thought that this was the most happiest time in my life. But I was wrong. I looked closely at the game package as I shut the door to my bedroom. Something was very odd about it. A surge of shock went through me. Kirby had no face, no eyes, no rosy cheeks, and the cute smile. Nothing. I slowly looked over at the title. It said, "Kirby, Nightmare in Hell!" That freaked me out. Nightmare in Hell? They're saying that Kirby goes there! A pink puffball going in hell? I was blank. I just shrugged slowly and shoved it into the place of my Game Boy. I clicked Start to go to the screen where the data came up. The icon of Kirby sitting in the data icon was not there. Instead it was a black, white-faced Meta Knight with no face at all, but just long black eyes. The black streaming down it looked like it was crying. It also looked like it was telling me something. Its whisper echoed through my mind. "Save me! Save me!" I shook my head and blinked, clicking the A button to start the completely different world. The first all-leveled stage was Vomit Valley. It was originally Vegetable Valley, but it glitched. You can see the letters of vegetable see through, and it was replaced with the word vomit. This hack was getting really odd. Since I was 10, I really didn't know the hacks at the time. Instead of Kirby getting whipped by the sword enemy in the front, the sword enemy was constantly stabbing Kirby, Kirby's eyes looking up blankly and the blood pouring out of the wounds. The sword enemy disappeared, and the first level came up. A black door was a red number 1 on it. I slowly went into it, and the most terrifying level started. By the time I got to stage 6, I was shocked. The levels involved a lot of killing, stabbing, and mostly blood splattering everywhere. This was supposed to be a kid game, and it was usually happy! This made me furious! The opening to the levels were always Kirby getting strangled or getting stabbed. Kirby getting killed was unacceptable. I loved Kirby all my life, and my love for the games broke apart! My heart was breaking! The stage was out again, a glitched name like all the other ones. It was called Death. Just one single word, and it meant something bad. Finally I got to Fountain of Dreams, and like the original, I ran into the king. He was about to hurt me like in a boss battle. Instead, a sword went straight across his chest, him fainting down onto the ground. When he fell, Kirby appeared with the sword in his hands. Kirby killed the king! Kirby killed the king! The sneering voice waved through my mind. I started to cry. Kirby has become a killer. The king disappeared into bits of pixels, and Kirby's pink colour started to fade. It slowly transformed into a white colour, and the eyes turned a dark black, its mouth curved up in a deep, evil smirk. My mind raced, as if a cheetah was running from predators in the plains. You could hear Kirby's high-pitched laugh pierced through the speaker, it making me dizzy. I tried to stay still and continued the level. When I got to face Nightmare's black orb, Kirby went straight up and ripped the orb in half. Then, snap! The game console shut itself off. I flinched and stared at it, my gaze turning to the power button. I slowly pressed it softly, and the game snapped on to where it continued without our opening or anything. Kirby was constantly stabbing Nightmare in places. I pressed start to where it told his ability. It was the power with the wand with the star. By the icon was disturbing. Kirby was all white. One eye all white with a black outline was blood streaming around it, and the other eye still black with a red pupil and still bleeding. Kirby's name was now GHMR3. The eyes looking straight on you. It felt like you were cold as if you were stuck in a freezer. I shivered and breathed heavily, and continued with the game. GHMR3 ripped the final boss's head off, and the game ended. GHMR3 fell into a deep hole, and he fell into a place that was on fire. I was figuring it was hell. The screen slowly went black and you could hear the screams of the enemies GHMR3 killed throughout the game. The screen was all black for minutes. Then GHMAR3's face appeared on the screen so suddenly, it freaking me out and my grip on the game console loosened, and GHTMAR3's evil laugh shot through the speakers, louder this time, and the disturbing face faded into the darkness! I stood up, and the game console fell from my grip and dropped onto the wooden floor, the console snapping shut, as if someone did it. That was the most disturbing thing that ever happened to me. I finally knew what Meta Knight meant by, "Save me. Save me." And I finally ran out of the room, never touching the game package again. Truly a disturbing tale. Truly a tale worthy of the Kirby mythos.